What up, world? It's your boy Jay Winks. I got a secret gem to start off the intro, so let's get into it. I'm gonna let this ride out all the time. Put on some Key Sweat. Mel Elver featuring Jay Winks. Shorty got me like. Rapper back in my day. I'm a smooth operator like Sade. You know how I do. Kick a couple lines at you with an ass so fat. Something about Shorty. Round two. Never squad. Shorty got me like, hey.
He's like,
Told you I'm gonna let this ride out all the way. Shorty got me like, I'm gonna have to re-release that. You wanna find this song? It's on SoundCloud. Production by Never Say No. You are now in tune into the Wayne Steel channel. Hope y'all had a great New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and everything like that. Hope it went good. You know, it wasn't the same usual New Year's Eve. Am I right?
it was for him. He was done by 10.
Yeah, I played my game for a little bit and, went and visit some friends and passed out. Hey, I had to work earlier that day, so it doesn't matter to me. Hey, I knew I wasn't going to see 12, but God forbid we still here. You know what I'm saying? So, as we going on with the channel today, I hope everybody's having a good day on January the 2nd. Yes, 2021.
Never thought that would happen
Yes.
as a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Never thought that would happen.
I mean, like, if you think about, like, in 2000s, we thought we were going to be on the Jetsons, flying cars and everything like that.
I want my hoverboard.
You want a hoverboard?
Or what they call it, the flying cars.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, whatever. It's all good. But going on with the channel today, I hope everybody's having a good day this Saturday. Ohio State beat Clemson. About to get that ass pounded out by Alabama. Yes, I just said that. About to get that ass pounded out by Alabama. I know. We in Ohio, and I'm talking about Ohio teams getting beat, but hey, you know me.
Anything but Ohio.
I like Miami, Ohio. That's the only team I like in Ohio besides Cincinnati Bengals, but they're trash too. So, hey, it is what it is. But going on with today's channel, different. We're reviewing 2020 music. So I know this is about to be controversial. I already seen my status a couple of days ago when I said something about my trash 5 ass albums.
In his humble opinion.
My humble opinion. I mean, Kashi's up there. Yeah, I mean he's trash, but hey, it's my opinion, but hey, I like the feedback I get on Facebook sometimes. I mean, some of y'all get mad, the MGK status. It is what it is, but hey, go subscribe to my channel,
Don't forget to comment.
comment, like everything I'm doing. Like I said, next week we will be putting a poll up tomorrow. Fleetwood Mac or the Beatles vinyls.
What would you guys like to hear?
What would you think about it?
I can't choose. You choose.
What would you rather? I mean, like, at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, I guess I would choose Fleetwood Mac, but let me know.
Yeah, so we will be putting it up tomorrow, Sunday, around like 11 or 12. By Thursday, we're going to shut down the polls. She's going to do a poll, Beatle wise, to see how many people who wants that. And I'm going to do a Fleetwood Mac. And then by Thursday, y'all will know. Saturday, it will be up. This will be next week's video, a 2 week break, just to get everything figured out and everything like that, editing, different screens in the back and everything like that. So just wait. We got more content. I got more content coming tonight too. I have an interview. I haven't told her about. Yeah, I have an interview tonight. So I can't get too drunk. So I don't remember my questions or anything like that. But going on with the channel today, we're going to talk about 2020, the review. I mean, it's been a hell of a year.
A dumpster fire.
Very crazy year. We started off 2020 thinking like everything was just going to just move like another year. You got anything to say?
Not much. It's been rough on everybody in the whole country, the whole world. But personally, it's been a rough one, and it's been a good one.
It's been good and bad.
Down and up.
Yep, it's been a down, yeah, basically a roller coaster. We lost a lot of people for COVID this year. I mean, like, not everything was COVID, people passing away and everything like that, but it was just like a sad year. I mean, I dealt with tragedies in 2019, lost my little brother. Just coming off of that and going into the new year thinking it was going to be a good year, like, trying to get my mind right and everything like that. And then it just shithole. And I mean, like I said, 2020 wasn't a bad year, but how it started off with this started bad. I just want to say I lost a mentor in the beginning of 2020. I mean, like, it took me, it shocked me. I mean, he had cancer.
He had cancer.
And I'm talking about David Greer. I seen his wife Rhonda had posted something, and I just wanted to say something as somebody who known David Greer for years. I mean, like maybe 5 or 6 years old when I first met him. Uh, Great guy. Before we got married, I just wanted to say this. We wanted him to do our wedding. But it still worked out. Shout out to my homegirl Misty. But it was just like, I just remember just going to the calling hours and just getting a text that saying David had passed away. I mean, he's a great mentor to me. Uh, he was always around my family. I mean, a lot of y'all know him from like I worked at the spot and everything like that. I mean, he was a great guy. I remember going to the meetings with him when he was trying to find a building and get the funds for a spot, and it was down at the Methodist church. That was the first youth center. We upstairs playing basketball and everything like that. I mean, like he did something that wasn't around here. I mean, like you could have went to the YMCA and everything like that, but you were paying money. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you had to be a member to go.
And what he was doing is helping us out. Like at the end of the day,
Well, he created a safe, fun environment for the youth to
mhm.
go to.
I mean, I remember him getting in the vans, taking us Cedar Point and everything like that. I mean, like he's a big part of me growing up at that time in my life. I mean, like he's always been around. I mean, like I used to call on him 6, 7 o'clock just to ask him questions, and he was always there. He was always at my grandma's house on Sundays when he knew she was cooking.
Take a throw down.
Hmm. But I just wanted to say, rest in peace, David. You were a big inspiration. You were more like a father figure to me, a second, third father figure to me, a mentor more than anything to me. You told me how to talk to people when you get mad. And that's one thing I realized as I got older that you taught me. You can be mad, but be calm about it and tell them the truth, how you feel. Not to keep going on, I remember I had a situation when I worked at the spot, and the person who ran the YMCA thought about firing me, and I told him like, look, I might have braids in my hair, might sag my pants, but I come to work, I do what I'm supposed to do. I won't let nobody disrespect me. And that was a time David could have just said, you know what, we can fire you. But he saw how I talked to the guy because I was upset, and he realized that I'm growing up to be a great man at that moment in time. So rest in peace, David. A couple other people I would just want to shout out. Mike Hall, Hammer. That was man, that was hard because I was around Hammer a lot. He was my dude. He's my cousin. It was just felt weird. It was right before we got married, actually. So he was so happy when I told him we were about to get married. My cousin Gary in Detroit. We just lost him, what, a month ago?
Barely a month
Yeah,
ago.
barely a month ago. My cousin-in-law, Josh Vizo,
We miss you.
yeah, very, very, sad situation. My cousin Leah. So I just want to take a moment of silence to shout these people out, and my brother, Devin Holmes, my grandma, OVC, my homeboy, Didi. So we're going to just take a moment of silence. Just for y'all. We'll see y'all again. Take a sip. Mm. Besides the emotional and the pain that everybody went through, it was a good year. It was good and bad of 2020. We got married.
We did.
You know, been together 12 years, 3 kids, wild. I remember on her birthday, I was training for a manager. I just got off that night, and I hadn't seen her since that morning. I,
Yeah.
did I open or no? I had to close. So I had to close, and I seen her that morning. So that's when I decided I needed to go get this ring. And that night, I went and got her a card. I went and got her a card first, and then I went and got her a ring, and I put it in an envelope. She didn't see it at first.
Well, when he handed it to me, I was asleep. He said, "Here, happy birthday." So I woke up to open the card and I was still sleepy eyed, and the ring fell to the ground and I didn't know. And he was like, "Well, there's something else." So that's that story.
Hmm. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people ask why we didn't have a big wedding at COVID. We were trying to do what
We wanted to
Dewan.
have a big one,
Yeah,
but
we did.
with everything that all the restrictions and everything, we just decided to let's get it done and we'll have a big party at a later time.
Hmm. And that's the thing. Like, I know some people kind of feel like, oh, well, there were some people there. But it was just like, hey, we got to do what we got to do. We weren't waiting, excuse me, we weren't waiting another year.
Might I add, at the end of the day, it was our wedding. So anybody that felt some type of way, sorry, it is what it
I
is.
saw got your invite to our first anniversary. So if we do something. And then I got to see my little brother get married. Man, that was just like 2 months, two
Yeah.
months ago. So, hey, my mom's happy. She only got one more kid to get married and everything like that, and she's done. So, hey, I mean, like 2020 wasn't a bad year. We
It
had,
just was challenging.
yeah, it was a very challenging year. I mean, like, you just got to roll the dice with life sometimes, and you just got to roll with it.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on pushing. So, like I said, next week, Fleetwood Mac or Beatles Vinyl Talk. My co-host will be hosting the show. I'll be the co-host sitting here, holding vinyls and everything like that. So I'm gonna go with my top 10 albums of the year. So let me grab this baby. When I say this, I'm not saying this because I'm a Freddie Gibbs fan. I'm telling y'all this is the rap album of the year. Hip Hop DX, XL, Source. Can't go wrong with this album. Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo. So, I know a lot of y'all don't get why listening to artists that y'all never know of. You just gotta expand your mind. I listen to Trippie Redd. I mean, he's from Canton, Ohio. I just expand everything I listen to. This is great music right here. Like I said, I got Bandana, his album last year that I call album of the year. So I've been right the last 3 years. Daytona, Bandana, Alfredo. Say I'm wrong, like the comments. If you got something to say and say, hey, you wrong about the album, I'm here to argue. I got all week to make more we can do this. Next album, Conway from a King to a God. yes, I know a lot of y'all don't like Griselda, but to me, from King to a God, one uh he had put out two other projects besides that. That's the whole thing. He put out Ghost LTD, uh, Lulu with Alchemist. It's only 8 songs on there, but from a King to a God, my second album. Third album, about to surprise y'all. He's a commercial rapper. But I always like Big Sean, Detroit 2. Yes. Big Sean has always been my fan. I mean, like, he's dropped some iffy albums, but Big Sean was on his in his bag on this album. I like this album. Next up, another Griselda album. Doom, 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 doom. This is Pray for Paris that came out in February. Yes. Uh, $500 ounces on here. You couldn't go wrong with it. You got Wale on there, Tyler the Creator on there. I mean, it was a big album. I know some of y'all think like Griselda is just like this group that's just gonna go away. Now, they're a staple of East Coast music right now. And when I say this, they're bigger than Amigos. You can say Amigos had songs, Bad and Bougie, but can you tell me this? Like, if all your merch and your vinyls are selling crazy. I don't have no Griselda merch yet. I did a fan shirt. That's all I did. But man, like their vinyls are going for like $80 or $90, and people are buying them. So that Pray for Paris, my number 5 album, Black Pumas, title album. I can't go wrong with that. Uh, like I said, go listen to Black Pumas. They just dropped a single, a holiday single. Number 6, about to trip y'all out. The Weeknd, After Hours. I think The Weeknd's a dope artist. His concept on his albums are always different. You think?
I think I don't know. I don't know. I started off really liking The Weeknd, but I mean, I'd like to hear something other than about how high he can get and how fucked up his music is
Hmm.
towards like just being on drugs all the time or the effects of taking drugs. I'd
Well,
like to hear a little bit. I'd like to hear something else come out of him. I like his voice. I've always liked him, but I would like to hear something a little
different.
deeper, I guess.
Well, he makes that like kind of dark R&B. If you get what I'm saying.
All
I
his
mean,
music's about drugs,
yeah, true. I mean, Starboy.
about being on drugs.
But I like the album.
I like it. I want to see something else. Hear something else.
Mm. I think like certain artists get in that bubble where they can only talk about certain things. You get
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? I mean, like you could be a trap artist and talk about trapping, which is nothing wrong. Like I listen to trap music, I listen to drill music, but it's like sometimes you gotta just do something different out the box. Like I always thought that your debut album was that rawness.
Hmm.
Second album, it was always like you're trying to figure out what you want to do. Third album, all right, let's see what.
Right. I just kind of feel like like The Weeknd got like pigeonholed into that one type of sound.
Do
I guess.
you feel like it happened after his second album or
No,
Starboy
I think from the jump.
from the jump?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like this is something we should talk about. I mean, like because there's a lot of artists that people like that get put in that bubble.
I think it's very easy for them to just keep cranking out what their audience has been liking, all along. So you don't want to switch it up and lose your audience. But then there's also some people that are like, hey, switch it up and I might like them better type of people out there.
True.
I'd like to see something else come out from him.
Now we're gonna go with the seventh album. This was a tie. Nas, King Disease, and Busta Rhymes ELE 2. I I'm a big fan of Busta Rhymes. I'm a big fan of Nas, as y'all know, last week. So it was kind of hard not to leave these albums off of there. So I kind of put them as 7.1 and 7.0. So next up is a dude. This is my goal this year. I tweeted him last week about it, and he said, "Do your work, and I'll do you a drop." My homie Hus Kingpin dropped an album called Gunpowder in February. Now the reason why I want to drop from him, he was the first like artist that started following me on Twitter. Like I did not start tweeting him. It was just a humbug. I'm like, who's this guy that follows me on Twitter? So I went to his music, and ever since then, I'm a big fan of his. I mean, me and my wife had a discussion over the summer. I wanted to get his EP on vinyl, but she's like, the cover was crazy. It was Madonna, Big Daddy Kane, and Naomi Campbell on there. It was a wild cover, and I just didn't know if I can, put it on the channel or not. So I decided not to. But Husky Pen, a great artist. I'm gonna get that drop for October of 2021. Next up, album number 9 is 2 Chainz, So Help Me God, and Benny the Butcher. Yeah, I didn't want to put Benny the Butcher. I didn't want everybody thinking like I was gonna put Griselda as my first top 8 albums or anything like
But
that.
that's who you're really into.
Yeah, I'm into the underground music and everything like that, but I just didn't want to do that because you know not my subscribers are not underground fans, or they're getting to be underground fans, like she said. But 2 Chainz, Help Me God, Benny the Butcher, Burden of Proof. I'm not putting Benny the Butcher's album at number 9. I'm just putting the hash thing.
9.5.
He can be safe. 4 or 3, but I'm not trying to put a whole bunch of Griselda music because I don't want everybody thinking this is a Griselda channel. Hey, not yet. Next up, R.I.P. This artist dropped the album Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, Pop Smoke. R.I.P. Man, you was on your way, doing music. 50 did it, help the album out. Uh, Great album. Now there's 2 albums I want to mention that I did not put in my notes or anything like that. Jay Electric. Well, I feel like it was a Jay Z album because Jay Z was on it. It came out in the beginning of January last year. Um, Rock Marciano dropped Mount Rock. Great album. COVID Flow, featuring Schoolboy Q. I was on it on New Year's Eve. I was like, dun, dun, dun. Hey, I was getting it in on New Year's Eve. But I'm gonna go ahead and shout out top 5 R&B albums. Surprised about that? That I listen to R&B. Xavier Omar, If You Feel, great album. Brandy dropped the album in 2020 called B7, and that is my top album of the year in R&B. Tiana Taylor dropped the album. She retired after this album, but it's a great album. I mean, she put her heart and soul into this album. I mean, Kanye did not do what he should have done with her. She should have been on that Rihanna, uh, SZA level. Kanye didn't do it. I mean, when he dropped those 6 albums in that summer, you can tell that the album was rushed from Tiana Taylor, but it was still good music. Kalani, it was good until it wasn't. Another great album. 1111. I don't know if y'all hip to this artist. He's a great artist. 1111. That's it, the name of the artist. Night Before, The Morning After. Great album. So if y'all didn't think I didn't listen to R&B, I wish I had those on vinyls, but I don't. Though I did see Alicia Keys. I think she dropped Alicia that just came out in 2020. I think I might get that. And there's something I want to do next week for my video before I shoot it. So I'm in the process of doing that. Slept on albums. I just want to say Stove Got Cooks dropped Reasonable Drought. Oh man. He had the highlight verse on Jose Canseco off of Fly God 2, West Side Gun. He's had some memorable verses on 2020. So Stove Got Cooks, go look him up. Our next artist, this is another R&B artist, Amber Navarne. She dropped Golden Light. Now she dropped the EP a year ago. She did Say Yes Over, but this Golden Light, go listen to it. If you like that classic R&B, not that trap R&B, that classic, not Luther, maybe Little Casey, JoJo, Cisco, go listen to it. And the homie Ty Ferris, he dropped No Cosign, No Cocaine. I mean, like, when I say this album slept on, it's straight bars. I didn't, like, talk about his albums on my video. We're going to recap all those. But a great album. Go listen to him. He's from Detroit. There's not a lot of artists that I listen to from Detroit. I mean,
Madonna.
Madonna, D12, Boldy James. Yes, another artist. Boldy James had a comeback album of the year. Him and Alchemist. Oh man. Uh, Artists to look out for in 2021. I'm gonna start off with the artist. Start following me on Twitter. His name is Jamal Gasol. He dropped Piff. Dropped the Ghost of Fritz. I got his vinyl. So go look out for him. Fleet Lord, man, he dropped 12 projects this year. And he did one for Prodigy, has Prodigy's daughter on it. Go look it up on Spotify. I might put the picture up on my story. And Roam Streets, he's got an album coming out with DJ Muggs. Now, my hip hop head, DJ Muggs supported Cypress Hill, the producer. He does his solo houses, mixtapes all the time. So Roam Streets, like I said, I think maybe 3, 4 episodes ago, he's the next Nas. Before we end the show, I gotta talk about my top 5 trash albums of the year. Yes, I know y'all don't like this. I'm just gonna say I'm not putting Eminem on this list this year. Though I should, but y'all Eminem stands, I ain't trying to argue with y'all all night. So we're gonna start off with Takashi, 6ix9ine, Tattletales. That's all I gotta say. Whole album was trash. Can't believe Akon or Nicki Minaj got on the album. Anything?
I don't appreciate his music.
Shit was trash. Next up, a Ohio person, and boy, oh boy, I caught a whole bunch of shit for this one, didn't I?
You caught some backlash.
MGK, dude's been trash to me since he first came out. Now, I know people want to say like, "Oh, you don't like Eminem, you don't like MGK." I like G-Eazy. G-Eazy, hey, I like G-Eazy. But MGK, trash. Like I said, my brother tagged me in a video. I guess he did a New Year's Eve. Trash. Super trash. If I can bring my trash can and put it right here, and I had it vinyl, it would get thrown away in there. I would never buy an MGK vinyl anyways, but his album is trash. He had to go punk rock just to get a #1 album. Sorry. I'm not making fun of nobody who said that to me on my Facebook page. I'm just saying I was waiting on it. He had to do a punk rock album. What he did a Guns N' Roses movie.
I can honestly not tell you anything that MGK has ever dropped.
I know y'all like him.
That's okay.
That's okay.
We don't.
That means I know that 30% of your music is trash. I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, I'm trying to heel on this show like a wrestler. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, that album's trash. I mean, he's a culture vulture like Post Malone is. Yes, I said it. If all right, let's just say this: Eminem did his thing. I don't like Eminem right now. I think he's dropped a whole bunch of trash ass albums, but he respects hip hop culture. Eminem never like tried to leave hip hop when he wasn't selling records. You get what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying.
So when okay, uh, MGK Trash does this punk rock album, you should have known it. Should have known it was going to happen sooner than later. Yellow Wolfden done it. He's trash. I used to be a fan of his. Trash. If you use hip hop culture just because you're not selling records, like, oh, let me go do this punk rock. Let me go do this video. You could be with Megan Good. You could do a song with what's her name? Ari Levon.
Ari Lennox?
The one girl used to do the punk rock music when we were in high school.
Avril Lavigne?
Yeah. You can look.
He's with Avril Lavigne?
Nah, he was making good, but he's doing music with her.
Oh, he's doing music with
Yeah.
Avril.
Yeah. Your shit is trash. Avril Lavigne's music is better than yours. Your shit is trash. And I don't care if any of your MGK fans say something to me. Trash.
In his humble opinion.
Jack Harlow, what's poppin'? Yeah. My son loves that song. The album was trash. Next up, yeah, I'm going quick on this one because I know I'm about to get a lot of hate here soon after I put this video up. Young Thug and Crispy Slime. Woo. If Young Thug would have put an album out by himself this year, he would have got probably in there. I like Chris Brown. I just don't like when he makes 60 songs on the album. Ain't nobody listening to 60 songs. You better cut that down. That was a couple years ago. And the fifth artist on my list,
that he's always talked trash about.
who y'all think it is? Drake or Eminem? Who you think it is?
It's Drake.
Yep. I don't know what y'all think about Drake, but his run is over with. He dropped that little demo tape that Jay Williams likes. Sorry, Jay. That shit was trash. Like I said, album of the year right here. I'm sorry about my opinions. This is review music, so I gotta do what I gotta do. Uh, honorable lackluster albums, I gotta say before I get off here. Jeezy's Recession 2. I know a lot of people going, it was a good album. He only peaked on the Billboard since a lot of y'all, when I talk about my artists, y'all want to put out like, oh well, they're not on the Billboard. So I went did my research today about Jeezy's Recession 2. It only peaked at 44 on the Billboard charts. That is his second lowest album, except for that little EP he put out. So Jeezy gets the lackluster disappointment album of the year. I'm sorry, I know I'm a Jeezy fan, but hey, once you start trying to do like it's like Snoop Dogg doing Doggy Style too, it ain't gonna work out. So I'm gonna finish the store, finish up the my channel. I didn't mean saying store. But I'm finish my channel just saying I'm not trying to be the bad guy in the video today, but if you want me to turn heel, wait until the Fleetwood or slash Beatles video. I'm your host, Jay Winks. This is my lovely co-host,
Teresa.
and I'm out. Hope y'all had a happy New Year's. Go subscribe to my channel. Go like my videos and everything like that. And I'll see y'all next Saturday.
Bye.
Ow!